The college sports realm has changed dramatically over the past few years for many reasons, but one of the biggest comes from a bill passed in 2021 that now allows college athletes to benefit off of their name, image, and likeness. Youngstown State University has had their own fair share of athletes get involved with NIL deals. We'll start in the sport of women's basketball, where Youngstown State point guard Maddie Albaugh got her first NIL deal through a local business. Nice ball movement. Albaugh will launch the three. She'll knock it down.
My first NIL deal was a local restaurant, Sam's Wedge Inn. They just reached out to me and they just had said that they were looking for 2 athletes at Youngstown to kind of start partnering with. They thought it was really cool. So I suggested me and Paige Shy, who's also my teammate, and we got to work with them, and that was kind of my first experience with anything NIL, and I actually am still in connection with, his name is Mark, the guy who gave me the NIL deal.
Albaugh talked about some of the specific things that companies do not want student athletes to post on their social media accounts if they are representing their company.
When I got my deal with the WWE, I signed this huge contract, and I've never signed something like that before. And me and my dad were looking through it, and there was a whole section on just like no, obviously drug or alcohol content, no swearing, nothing. Basically nothing you wouldn't want your work to see or your parents to see, and I always run by my post by my mom, so I was used to that, and just being a student athlete, you probably shouldn't be posting anything like that anyway.
Now let's head over to the track, where Youngstown State student athlete Taziah Howard has built a pretty big following on numerous social media platforms through posting weight training content.
I really just decided to, out of the nowhere in 2022, decide to create a fitness page, and it was really just fitness and health, trying to target and leverage, certain kind of experiences between how you target your fitness and how you target your nutrition, and didn't really realize what kind of growth it would have had, but it was actually great seeing all the fitness pages come in. It was all great just seeing it and, reflecting back on my content and myself, figuring out how I can get better each and every day in the fitness aspect and the nutrition aspect and the athletic aspect. So it was really just a stepping stone for me as an athlete and me as a person, especially in college, really reflecting back on how I can improve each day.
Howard has embraced the growth that he has seen and the way that he's been able to communicate with brands while he's been able to build up his fitness page.
When you're on leveraging to these brands and you're reaching out to them and these brands are reaching out to you, you're figuring out how you're able to talk in a professional manner. You're figuring out how, the brand wants what they want, and, how you guys can both collaborate to create a better image for the brand, a better image for yourself, especially for the target audiences that both parties possess.
Both Howard and Albaugh have seen that there's a vision within using your NIL platform to not only help boost your own page, but also help inspire others. It
makes me self-reflect, like I said, every single day. Every single day I'm figuring out what I can do better, whether it's reaching out to brands, whether it's being more professional, whether it's, getting that extra rep in because I'm trying to do this for myself. I'm trying to do this for the representation of another brand or another person. Maybe someone else is inspired by what they're seeing. If they're seeing someone grit out a couple sets, if they're seeing out someone, run a couple miles and sweat a lot. So, the nutrition side of it and, the clothing side of it, all these brands are coming together to create something great for the athlete or something great for the power lifter or, whatever you are in your own person. It's really great for them to recognize and for you to recognize for yourself.
Back in November, I reached out through the Penguin Collective and Boken Sons, which is a roofing company, and a few other companies donated over $2,000 to me to be able to donate back to the Youngstown Community School, and I was able to donate turkeys and Thanksgiving food to 100 different families, and that was the first time I've really used my NIL platform for good, and it felt really good, and it was really cool. And I think people forget that that's a big aspect of NIL too, to use it for good, and it's not just for everyone to make money. So that was probably my coolest, most favorite thing I've done.